Hi guys, welcome back to World of Warship and let's talk new ships, and I'm thinking to share with you the first tier 3 Swedish destroyer line, or pan-European destroyer, you can call it what you call it, but it's actually not made in Sweden. So the Romulus class was a group of 2 destroyers operated by the Royal Swedish Navy during the Second World War. The class consisted of HS WMS Romulus and HS WMS Remus. They were built in Italy. Yes, they were built in Italy as the Spica class torpedo boat. Spica and yeah, they were actually built in 1930 and sold to Sweden in 1940. The 2 ships were adapted for the northern condition and remained in service during World War II and into the first decade of Cold War. They were, of course, modernized and redesigned as anti-submarine frigates in 1953. And the end of the service was in 1958. I will compare this tier 3 Swedish made in Italy destroyer with Campbelltown, because I am not a super tester. I only would like to share you the stats, and I would like to say, guys, without saying too much, the Campbelltown, it's kind of a mediocre. I received this one for free. I only had to complete the mission. The guns are bad. The concealment, it's alright. The only good thing about this destroyer, it has decent torpedo. But the Swedish, unfortunately, will have a stinker. In my honestly opinion, guys, the tier 3, I highly recommend you to have some free experience to pass this Swedish tier 3 destroyer made in Italy, not by Swedish Navy, because it's a stinker. Everything is bad about this. It only has 3 guns, for crying out loud. Okay, you may argue they have 3 guns and 120 millimeters, and this ship, the Campbelltown, it's not a gunboat, also have 4 guns, but they of course low caliber. They only have 102. But the problem with the Swedish this tier 3 Swedish destroyer, it's lacking everything. You don't have smoke, you don't have good guns, you only have 3 of them, and you have very mediocre torpedoes and very mediocre concealment. Now, the concealment of this ship Campbelltown, it's pretty bad without captain, 6.5, but with camo. Alright, let's talk about the Swedish destroyer in overall. What is the damn conceal? 6.94. Where are you going? Are you joking me? 6.94 makes this one of the worst concealment at tier 3, and you don't have smoke. And you think you have speed? You have no speed. Man, I have no idea why Wargame decided to get... Okay, the turning rate is fantastic. Let's talk about turning rate. It's 440 and rudder shift. Let's talk about maneuver. 440, yeah, it's a very maneuverable destroyer, that's true. But, rudder shift 2.93, it's the worst than this. Okay, the maximum speed, it's 34, and this ship have the speed of 36.8, probably with the flag. But come on, guys, no smoke and you only have 34 knots. That's rough, and with very bad concealment. Armor, what armor? It's a tier 3 destroyer. We're not gonna talk about armor, but we're gonna talk about the torpedo. The torpedo are 8 kilometers. You have altogether 6, 1x2 and 1x5, I do believe. Let's talk about the torpedo very fast. Torpedo tubes. We do have reload time 40 seconds, and the Campbelltown reload in 63. Okay, that's pretty fast reload time. However, 8 kilometers, it's fantastic for tier 3, don't get me wrong, but it's a huge problem with the Swedish destroyer made in Italy. And that it's the damage. 5,100 maximum damage, flood chance 79%, and the speed are only 55 knots. And let's talk about the torpedo detection. The torpedo detection is like this British one, 1.2. So 55 knots, 8 kilometers, they only do maximum damage of 5,100, which is, I do believe it is the lowest damage of any tier 3 destroyer. Let me know in a comment below with this nonsense. 5,100 damage a torpedo hit, and that's maximum damage. You're never gonna do this damage to a battleship, that's for damn sure. But it has the worst concealment, the worst speed, it's ridiculous low, and yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. You have 6 torpedo, 1x2 and 1x4, you know. What else do I have to talk? Let's talk about guns. Probably Wargaming does some love from this Swedish made in Italy destroyer. Some love about the guns, right? Not quite so on, guys. You only have 3 guns and they reload every 6 seconds, and this Camel Town reload every 7 seconds. And what's the range? The maximum HE damage is 1,450. So it's lower than the Camel Town of some strange reason. But Camel Town has only 102 millimeters guns. So for me, that it's a big mystery. How the heck it's even that possible? That's weird, guys. And HE penetration, it's only 16 millimeters, and the fire chance it's 6% only, and the Camel Town has 6.5. So even Camel Town has more guns, smaller guns, but they do more damage of some strange reason. Very weird. The shell speed are 840 meters per second. 884, so it's a slower shell speed as well, and air drag and all that, you know. So, but what kind of DPM do we talk? A reload every 6 seconds, so this is 7 seconds. So it's a Camel Town, guys, with 1 less gun, do less damage and slower, but you have slightly better turning radius. But I'm just saying slightly. And of course the torpedo are 8 kilometers, but guys, they do only 5,100, half of what the Camel Town does. I don't know what to talk about, guys. The AA, what AA? That does not have any AA, doesn't have any speed, does not have any uniqueness of the Swedish show is supposed to be the gimmick, the the flavor of the Swedish. They are not there, but probably, I'm just saying, guys, this is my conclusion, probably Wargaming decide to make this tier 3 different between this one and the rest of them, because the rest of the tier 4 and above, they are made in Sweden, and this tier 3 are made in Italy, and probably that's the reason Wargaming always try to make one stinker in the entire game, guys. I'm not saying Camel Town it's a bad, matter of fact, it has decent smoke, but you have smoke after all. You have definitely some good looking torpedo, and they hurt like crazy, those Camel Town torps. And sure, you can always open fires and stuff like that. You are not any good gunboat at tier 3, but many of you guys will pass this tier 3 destroyer in general. I don't know what to say. It's a Swedish Camel Town, for crying out loud, with half of the damage potential and less guns than Camel Town, and worst concealment. For me, this is a big difference. Wargaming, how you make this tier 3 one of the worst concealment destroyer in this game, and have no smoke and nothing. I mean, sure, you may argue that 8 kilometers it's something, but 42nd, it's not crazy overpower, and this damage, you're not a, I have hard to see the any gameplay. You're not a torpedo boat, you're not a gunboat, I don't know what the heck you are. You know, it's definitely a stinker for me. So I would like to say that, guys, without saying too much, for tier 3, it's definitely one of the worst tier for tier destroyer of the Swedish Navy. But probably, guys, let me know in a comment below, probably because they are made in Italy. So guys, thanks for watching, and let me know one in comment below. I kind of forgot to mention the HP pool, around 8,000 HP pool. You know what HP pool? You have so crazy low HP pool that, you know, it's not even fun to compare. And you don't even have 8,000 HP pool. You only, guys, have, let's see here, I do believe less than 8,000, 7,700. So you only have 7,700 HP pool, and Campbelltown has whopping 8,900. So more than 1,100 more HP pool Campbelltown have versus the Swedish tier 3 destroyer. So guys, that's all. I do believe there's enough with chat. I will stay that tomorrow I will review the tier 4 one, and that will be a huge surprise. I do believe it's one heck of a big gap between the tier 3 and tier 4. So thanks guys for watching, and I always Captain's Fierces, and goodbye.